What's up, how you doing? Here we are, Tuesday, January 10th, 2023. We're going to talk about a product here. There's a story behind this. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of dark there. So, when I was around, maybe 5 years old, had a cold, bad one. Maybe it was the flu, who knows. And we went to visit somebody, my mother's cousin, to spread the cold to other people. And she says she lived in a predominantly Chinese apartment complex. And she said, I know a Chinese lady a few floors down from here, and she has some ingredient. You mix it in with the Vicks and you apply it to the body and you get better right away. So I was like, let's go get it. So when we were leaving, she took us down, knocked on the brown door, and took about 30-40 seconds. The door opens up, and it was kind of like majestic. It was kind of like going into the Shaolin Temple. We didn't go in, we stayed on the hall, but she opened up, and then my aunt, right, explained somehow with hands what she needed. And then the Chinese lady, she said, I'll be back in a second. So she went, and the house was filled with chimes, little candles here and there, had an aroma of those incense things burning. And because I was a fan of the Kung Fu series, I was like captivated by this whole scene. So anyway, she went in, and then she brought us a little glass jar full of something, and she explained with her hands once again that you take this, you mix it in with the Vicks, and then you put it on the front and the back, and you go to sleep. So that's what we did. Now, the only way I can describe what happens once you do this is that it makes Vicks become Super Vicks. It's like Vicks on steroids. So my mother puts it on my back. I go to sleep, and somewhere around 2 a.m. I wake up with a sensation that I'm freezing. The menthol or whatever mixed in with this intensified it so much that I felt like it was like the windows were open and we were in the North Pole. That's what it felt like. So I got up, I went to the bathroom, I washed it off. The next day I said to my mother, get rid of that Vicks. I never ever want to use that again. To this day, I still think she has it in her cabinet. There's a Vicks in there. I don't know if it's from back then. So anyway, this is the product. I'm gonna open it up. Looks like cards. Deck of cards in here. Let me see. Kind of need like a knife. There we go. Nice box. White flower. It's written in Chinese, so this is a product of Hong Kong. Big fan of Hong Kong Phooey. Spot the cat. So look at this cool looking thing. Isn't that cool? Nice thick glass. I smell it, and immediately it brings me back to the day I used this when I was a kid. Immediately. It's funny how smell and music do that. If I hear a song from 1978, my mind gets transported back to 1978, and this one, smell is the same thing. Same. This is exactly what it smelled like that night. Mixed it in with the Vicks. Not bad. Very minty. And the way that I discovered what it was many years ago, about 13 years back, I was in Chinatown, and there's a place there I would go and buy tea. Big place, sells all kind of pots and pans, tea kettles, all kind of stuff like that. And so I was up on the second floor, and they have a Chinese medicine department. It's all boxes like this, and I grabbed it, and they had a sample thing, and I opened it up, and I smelt it, and I go, that's the stuff I've been looking for decades. So even has directions in here. Look at these directions. Tells you where to put it. So you can see that. I don't know how good that shows on there, but that's what happened. That's what happened. I got hit with that. And you know, normally maybe if you use Vicks and mix it with this stuff on a day where you're mildly sick, maybe it's not that bad. But I was very, very sick, you know, bad cold, and this intensified the symptoms of my cold. And I don't even know why they call it a cold. They call it a cold as if you catch a cold from the cold, but you don't. If you still think that you get a cold from cold weather, you need to update yourself. You need to get some new research and read it, and realize that cold air has nothing to do with getting sick in terms of the cold virus. That's a virus. Now you can get hypothermia, frostbite, but you will not catch a cold. I don't even know why they named it that. It's misleading. You're not getting sick because of the cold air. It's ridiculous to think that, and it shows how ignorant you are if you continue to think that cold air makes you catch the flu or pneumonia. Pneumonia, those are all bacteria, or some of them are viruses, but those are all microorganisms that get in your system and make you ill, not the cold air. All right. So anyway, that's it. I wish you could smell it, but you can't. But if you're in a Chinese medicine store, white flour, white flour.